All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the TR Schools TV Game of the Week, presented by the TREA. I'm Casey Kennerkowski with Joey Del Deo and Eddie Wolf. And tonight here we're coming to you from the campus of High School East as the Raiders take on the Southern Regional Rams. Another early season Class A South showdown. We're getting the introductions out of the way here early. And while the introductions are going on here, Joey, Southern Regional, their big player, obviously, is number 33.
Definitely, Casey. Number 33, Peyton Weinert, is their key player and their X factor for tonight. They're going to have to use him big time if they want to get a victory over the Raiders here.
And Eddie here, Thomas Maurice here, much improved here from last season. Again, losing record last year, but this year off to an undefeated start here in Class A South.
Yeah, Casey, they're a lot faster than last year. When they're on the court, it's like a track meet. They're super fast. One thing they really have to do today is they have to stop Weinert. He averages around 28 points per game, and if they can stop him, it'll look good for them.
No, absolutely not. Here they got a rowdy student section here. We were watching them file in. A lot of the costumes going on kind of harkens back to last year, that South game that we did with Tymir Barry and those guys almost losing to East last year.
You know, Casey, it almost looks like a Halloween costume party with a basketball game, you know, as a sideshow out here.
It's like an event, right? It's a place to be.
The East Raider Nation, they're going all out this year, and they've been doing a good job. And this game's a great example, and they went all out.
Here we're getting ready for the tip. Again, the records here, Southern Regional coming in 4-4 overall, 1-2 in Class A South. Thomas Maurice 5-1. 3-0 in Class A South. And I think here, fellas, what we're really looking for is which one of these two teams can really compete with Toms of our North. Because we saw North last week, and they looked like the best team in A South here, very fast up and down the floor. Which one of these two teams you think is going to be able to get out there and compete with North?
I'm going to be going with East. I feel like they just have a bit more size compared to Southern, and I think they're a little better. But if Southern won this, I could see that as well.
You know, Eddie, don't let the records fool you. East may have a solid team this year, but Southern at 4-4 is still one of the better teams in the conference.
East winning the toss here, very fast start, missed the layup underneath, and now Southern coming back our way. That's zero, Du Bois with it. Inside, there's Weinert going to the lane. Partially deflected, going up again, and we're going to get a foul on the way up.
And he did a very solid job there, picking up his own rebound, and now he'll take a nice trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think, Eddie, we were talking pregame down there, 6'6", tallest guy on that roster.
Definitely, he's a big, tall guy, and he can definitely get down to the court really quick.
Talk about a way to ease into the game, right? Going right into the teeth of the student section.
Definitely got to hurt their concentration out there. I can't even hear myself think, Casey.
He gets the second one, so he's 1 of 2 from the line. He's pushing the ball up quickly. There's Engelhardt, Bailey Engelhardt. Inside to Saunders, left hand, and he gets a shooter's roll. East in a full court press. Got the two Lingap brothers up there. Southern breaking it. Gets it inside, and a nice left-handed bucket there by number 32, Jake Du Bois, younger brother.
And, you know, both teams have a solid set of brothers for them, helping to compete for the W tonight.
Corner three there, short by West. Rebound to Southern.
That's a little unlike West. Usually he's been their best three-point shooter. That one seemed a little off.
Jake Du Bois with the ball. Weinert trying to beat Engelhardt, came in. Nice defensive play by Engelhardt. East running. Three-pointer by Engelhardt, no good. Rebound to Weinert. Weinert leading the fast break for Southern. They've got a couple numbers. Stolen away, and the official going to go over and make the case here. Our officials tonight, Richard Ingalls and Bruce Stallworth.
And, you know, East and their fan section, along with them, didn't seem to agree with that penalty there.
Drive inside, left hand, and that's going to earn two free throws here for Ethan DuBois, the senior point guard, 5'11". I think this is one of the things we were talking about pregame here about Southern living at the free throw line.
Oh, definitely. They got to make it to the free throw line hard and often, and they got to make sure they're making all of their shots so they can get those extra points against a tough East defense and a tough student section at that.
Gets a shooter's roll. They'll get one more from the line. That one no good. Rebound there to number 14, Phil Lingap. Pushes it up to his brother Carlos. Working the ball inside. Engelhardt with it, guarded by Weiner. He pulls up on him long. Rebound to Southern. Southern running now, number 32, Jake DuBois. 3-point shot on the way. No good. Weiner with a big rebound inside. Goes hard, and he's going to be fouled by Saunders.
And that's where that height comes in handy. He went up there, tried to grab the couple boards. You know, foul against East right there definitely hurt him, but he'll get a trip to the line, Casey.
Yeah, another trip to the line here, living at the line, Eddie, right?
Definitely. And East, definitely both sides, their weak spots are the defense, so East is trying to play a little extra aggressive on defense, but so far it's been tough with the fouls.
Yeah, that time it looked like Saunders got him, and that's Saunders' second, only 2 minutes into the game.
You can tell this is going to be a gritty, hard-fought match already. Whistles flying all over the court.
Yeah, East here with the 6:02 mark subbing in Connor Robbins, number 1. And Weiner's second shot goes in. Southern with a 6-2 advantage. Just 2 minutes into the game. Southern going a little 3-2 zone. Working around, there's Lingat. To the short side to West. Cross court pass to Lingat. And we're going to get a body check on the drive. Should stay on the floor.
And you know, Lingat, their top scorer for the team, but also making the WOBM Christmas Classic All-Tournament first team for East, representing the Raiders.
Yeah, speaking of that tournament here, the only loss of the season for Toms River East coming in was to the top-seeded and eventual champion Manasquan. That was only a 5-point defeat, so they definitely can play with the best teams. West with a 3, no good. Last touch by Toms River East. That looked like it was Carlos Lingat who got it last.
And you know, you mentioned West missing that 3. He's their top 3-point shooter, hitting 12 so far this season.
Trying to get it inside, stolen away by Engelhardt. Great defensive play. Carlos Lingat trying to push it up. Flips it over to Phil. Phil's going to drive. A lot of contact, no call. Gets a tough shot in the lane. Eddie, that was a tough one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But Phil, he's a kid that made the varsity team his freshman year. He has a lot of skill. He's definitely grown into their best player.
Drive in by Southern, a lot of contact, no call. Weiner with the rebound, puts it up and in. And that's another thing too. East has got to eliminate those second chance points.
Definitely. You can't have guys, even with Weiner tight, coming up for the rebound and scoring their own points.
With the size East has, they should definitely be getting these rebounds right now.
And I think that's probably one of the reasons why Southern's been going to a zone to try to minimize that height advantage. Flips it, loose ball. Lingat rips it away and finishes with a drive. Nice play just to recover the ball.
Making it look so easy out there.
Almost lost. That was close here. Driving in, pulling up to Boyd. Shooter's roll. Something about this side of the basket, I guess. As Southern's got a 10-6 advantage here halfway through the first quarter.
Which is surprising still with that fan base still going strong.
He's trying to get something going offensively. It's been hard to come by. Blocked. Engelhardt puts it up. And we're going to get our first jump ball of the game. Ball will go over to the Rams.
And you can see early in this one, Casey, the aggressive nature from both sides. A lot of fouls already in this one. Obviously, saw right there. We're going to go to a jump ball. Very aggressive from both sides.
Yeah, we saw last week here with North. They were going up and down the court. This one's not nearly as fast, but still pretty fast-paced game.
I'd say this one's more gritty and tough than fast-paced, like last week.
DeBow trying to get a backdoor cut to his brother. Couldn't finish. Rebound to Engelhardt. Now the Lingat brothers moving up. Corner three coming short. Long rebound. Loose ball, and they're going to say that he stepped on the line. Eddie, you had the best vantage point. What do you think on that one?
It would be tough, but I do think the refs made a good call on that one.
Lingat going to get a quick foul on the side there by DeBow. He's going to sub out again here. That's going to be Carlos Lingat coming out.
Zaire Dorn coming in. He's a sophomore.
Good to get some young blood in there.
East definitely have a powerful sophomore bench.
West can't get the shot in the paint to fall. Rebound to Southern. Valeriani with it. Weiner going in. West tried to take the charge, and he does. Pretty nice call by the official.
Like a football tackle right there. I think they need to know what sport they're playing out there, Casey.
Well, if it's football, East is really fooling me. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Southern 10, East 6. Make it East 8.
Connor Robbins with the easy shot.
That looked like the easiest basket East has had all night here. Very contested. That's a contested shot there by DeBow. Rebound by Engelhardt. East trying to tie the game up here. West driving, almost lost it, flips it out. And a three-pointer for the lead there by number 3, Zaire Dorn.
There's the sophomore.
Raiders on top for the first time tonight. Weiner with the ball guarded by Lingat. Takes it through, can't finish. Engelhardt loses it, and it will carry him out of bounds and stay with the Raiders.
You know, Casey, we saw Weiner fall to the ground right there. I didn't see a lot of contact on that. I don't understand why he's falling down there. But if he's trying to get a foul going his way, I don't understand why.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to sidestep the defender and he just lost his balance.
Seemed to be like they were playing hot potato with the basketball.
Just grab the ball, right? You just want to yell it out on the court. Lingat with a nice drive baseline. There's Phil Lingat, number 14. Raiders now up by 3. 1:30 to go first quarter. Raiders 13, Rams 10. Nice drive there, but he can't finish. Rebounded to DeBow, who tried to get the inside pass, but he's lucky just to get it back. Driving in. Flips it, working the ball around. Valeriani, with the 3 to tie it up at 13.
And you heard him calling to his teammate right there for the ball, and it was a very good choice to give it to him.
East going to set up their zone offense. Now inside of a minute to go. Flips it to the middle to Engelhardt. He's going to work it to the outside. West with the drive, right hand up and in. And he's probably least comfortable with that right hand, but he still makes it work.
So far, East, they've been killing it in the paint. They only made 1 3-point out of 5. So right now they're looking a lot better in the paint than they are outside the paint.
Another great defensive play by Engelhardt to steal the ball away. Raiders have been very tough defensively, one of the hallmarks of Jim Dempsey. Locked away. Weiner flipping it up to DeBow, or DeBoy rather. And DeBoy with a chance for a 3-point play.
And one thing East needs to work on as the game goes on is giving the ball to West more, and he's got to try to score more points. He's the team's second leading scorer, and he hasn't done anything so far in this one.
Southern going to sub in and out. They're going to put Billy Howard, number 34, in. Give Weiner a rest here.
One number that really jumps at you, that's the 5th foul for East. First one for Robbins.
The boys short on the free throw. West with the rebound. East pushing the ball. Inside of 10 seconds. West, a circus shot, but he gets it to go.
I like the spin.
Southern trying to answer here before the quarter closes. Tipped up in the air, no good. At the end of the first quarter, very fast pace, but like Joey was talking about, very gritty. And the Raiders come out on top here, 17-15.
And it's a very close one so far, guys. And like I mentioned, it is gritty, it is hard. There's a lot of fouls so far. That's something both teams need to work on as the game goes on. And also, both teams need to use their X factors more. The Lingap brothers, Weiner, both of them got to get involved a little bit more if both teams want to get a victory tonight.
Both teams, they just need to get a little cleaner on defense. That hurt them, both sides. And really, East, they started out slow and then they heated up. And it fell a little bit on the opposite side for Southern. They started out hot and then they cooled down as the quarter went on. So how the second quarter goes, like I said, both teams, they run around a lot. So really, who has the most endurance?
Well, you would know all about endurance, right? Being the track guy, track and cross
Definitely.
country. So it's going to be East ball to start the second quarter. It looks like East going to keep Lingat in the Lingat brothers in the game. They're going to have number 1 Robbins in. They keep West in and Engelhart. And for Southern, the DuBois brothers, fresh face number 25 Matt Mershon in the game. And it looks like Southern switching to a man-to-man here as we start the second quarter. Engelhart driving right by Howard, and that cannot happen.
Definitely not. When you just let East go right into the paint when they've been doing good there all day, that's the danger zone.
Rebound by Howard, flips it out, three-point shot off. Rebound going to Karam off of a couple defenders, but it will go over to the Raiders.
Looked like there may have been a bit of confusion there. It looked like Raiders were trying to fight with other Raiders for the ball, but luckily they get the ball right back. I spoke too soon.
Exactly, stolen away there by Clayton, who just checked in the game. Can't finish, rebound to Lingat. He's got West up ahead, just off his fingertips. Right idea here, just couldn't connect here with his teammate. (19-15) East. A minute gone by here, second quarter. Thought about it. Flips it over. Nice passing. Inside Howard, long on the shot. Rebound to West. Carlos Lingat trying to drive up the sideline. Flips it to West. West taking it. Flips to Engelhart. Engelhart with a floater. Can't finish. Ball is going to go off of Southern Regional. We've mastered the dramatic pause there, folks.
Something you guys out there, something to look forward to as the season goes on.
West for 3 from the short corner, and he connects.
And that's what West does best. Accidentally rhyming.
Coach Dempsey doesn't care if he rhymes, just as long as he gets the ball in the basket. Pull up, no good by Southern. And again, a lot of only one and done type opportunities here for Southern. They haven't been able to get to the line in a while.
Absolutely, both teams playing a bit cleaner so far, not as many fouls. And that's something, it is a benefit, but it's also a negative if you think about it.
Oh, definitely here, because Southern, their whole offense relies upon getting to the free throw line. Just haven't been able to do it. Weiner pulls up, blocked. But they're going to say he clipped him on the hand, much to the chagrin of Coach Dempsey.
And you mentioned Coach Dempsey, Casey. I know we can hear it here. I don't think the fans at home can hear it, but the third-year coach, And he's getting a little hot-headed over there on the Raider bench.
You know, Case, right when you say Southern doesn't go to the foul line a lot, there's a foul.
And they go back. It's the announcer's curse. Weinert hits the first.
We had a few substitutions for East. Tim Cook and Pat Saunders came in.
And Weinert connects on the second one to draw the Rams to within 5 with 5:50 to go here, second quarter. Looks like Southern going back to that zone.
Definitely. They got to find a way to stop this high-scoring East offense, where throughout the season, most points they've scored in the game, 86. So let's hope the Rams don't see that at the end of the night.
West can't connect here on another 3, but Weinert with the rebound. He's guarded by Cook. Again, as Eddie was saying here, Cook coming into the game here as a substitution. Have to see how he plays here. Looks like he's matched up against Weinert. Lost it on the way in. Lingat going to go to the right side, and he finishes. Just read the pass.
All you can say to that is, wow, that's a lot of talent right there for number 14, Phil Lingat.
Southern. The boy thought about the corner 3, lost it. East with numbers. Running up now, Carlos Lingat, basket, and the foul.
Carlos got jealous of Phil, so he wanted to show him up with the foul.
Showing little brother how to play the game, huh?
Timeout, Southern Regional, and they certainly need one. With 4:47 to go here, second quarter. Townsville East up by 7. And it looks like East, you know, for all the scoring that we've heard about, you know, obviously first time we've seen in this season, the defense has really come to play tonight.
Oh, absolutely. For the Raiders, the defense has come alive. The fewest points they've allowed in a game so far this year is 39. Granted, the Rams have 17 already. If East keeps this pace up the way they're playing, getting a lot of turnovers for themselves, helping themselves out, I don't see Southern doing anything unless they really come alive.
Yeah, Southern, you know, they played a lot of tough teams. They had their Score at the Shore tournament in which they played teams like Holy Spirit. They lost in the final to Bergen Catholic. So they've been in these tough kind of games. But the difficult part is that East is not the East of years past. This is a much improved team, as we said earlier.
Oh, absolutely. You look at their ranks this year, tied for first in the Class A South. So, granted, you don't hear it a lot. East is very good in the rankings, finally up at top.
Gotta give a lot of credit to Coach Dempsey. Came in, started the whole system over again, and he built up East from himself, and he's done a good job so far. This is looking to be his big year as the coach.
Yeah, third year. It's something about those third years when you're a coach. You know, you get your guys to really believe in your system, believe that they can win, and they go out and do it.
Everything's just click.
Well, you know, that's like in any sport, though. Basketball, football, all of that. You need your team to adapt and adjust to your playbook, to the way you coach, the way you act in the locker room. And it seems like this East team's finally clicking, like Eddie said.
Definitely. Speaking about East here, as Weinert hits the first. I'm looking over in the crowd here, and you know who's sitting at center court? An old East coach, Tom Carpenter and his wife. Good to see that. That's probably before your guys' time. But before Coach Dempsey, before Coach Kanopka, he was here for a while. Had a couple of runs here at the WOBM Christmas Classic title. And good to see him back here. Haven't seen him in a while. Good to see him out at the game. Lingat pulls up. Gets his own board. Puts it back with the left hand. Now that's what you want to see.
And this gymnasium is electric right now, Casey. Wow.
He was sad that he missed the shot, so had to make up for his mistake.
Yeah, they don't give up here. And that's something that they've worked on a lot here these last couple of years. That time they're going to get Engelhardt. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if that was a foul. Looked like he went straight up.
Yeah, I may have to agree with the Raider Nation over there in their Halloween party. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
You know, I thought that was funny. The leaves were falling as I was driving here. I thought there was something weird going on.
Nice little blast back to October, blast to the past.
And then you show up here and everything weird just unfolds.
Everything unfolds. That's right, Eddie. Everything unfolds. Weinert hits the first free throw. He's got one more coming up. Hits the second one, so now it's 26-21 in favor of the Raiders as we've hit the 4-minute mark here, second quarter. Southern trying to get a little full-court pressure. East breaks it nicely. Robbins over to Lingat. Nice give and go between him and West. Perfect execution on that one.
And there you see why he's their #1 player. Even as a junior, why he's the best player on this Raiders team.
Trying to drive in, flips it, nice left hand by Weinert inside. Just posted Engelhardt up right in the interior.
The one positive Dempsey and this team is, when Dempsey started as coach, all these guys were either in their first or second year as a player for the varsity team. So they grew up with Dempsey basically on the team. So they know how he works, and it's been working well for all of them.
Well, he's a longtime JV coach. As Weinert gets bumped by Phil Lingat, number 14. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Raider Nation didn't like that call.
I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say Raider Nation's not going to like any calls tonight, unless it's against Southern. But
beat me to it, Joey. You beat me to it.
Hey, great minds think alike. Weinert hits another free throw.
one thing I did mention earlier in the game, though, Southern does have to get to the free throw line if they want to win this game. They're only down by 4, could possibly only be down by 3, so they're still in this, as electrifying as the Raiders have been in this quarter.
Weinert hits the second one. He is 8 of 10 tonight from the free throw line. Long pass into Carlos Lingat. Trying to drive through, floater in the lane, nice play. That's how you break a press. Trying to get somebody down. There's Kaiser. Backing in, nice play by Cook to come over. Swinging around, stolen away here. They're gonna get a foul here as Dorn was trying to go through the lane. That'll be the 14th foul on Southern.
You want to go back to that block? I don't think he saw Cook coming, not at all.
That was a really good play by Cook coming out of nowhere for a major block.
And you know what, when you think back to that, that was one of the things that Michael Jordan always used to do really well, is be able to come from behind someone and be able to make a block without making contact. And that was exactly what Cook did there. East getting the ball in, Robbins with it, guarded by Weinert. Over to the corner to Dorn. Back up to Lingat. Flips it to his brother, working the ball around the outside. There's Phil Lingat from straight away. No good. Weinert came away with it, but we're going to get a Southern foul underneath. Looks like Ethan DeBow going to come back in for John Kaiser with the Rams, as Kaiser's got to sit down with his 3rd foul now.
You know, these big name guys, I mean, you can get 1 foul and you'll get off the hook, but 3 fouls is something they got to watch out for.
First bad pass of the night by East. Weinert, I don't know how he reached over Lingat to get the ball.
One thing that's been hurting Southern all night is these layups that they've been missing.
Yeah, countless number of times now they've been right there. West a little short. Weinert comes out with it. He's got a double team coming. Almost kicks the ball on the floor, and a timeout by Southern Regional to save the possession with 1:52 to go. Pretty heads up play there by the coach of the Rams here, Eric Furio. Going to get a 30-second timeout.
You know, Fierro may not have just saved that drive. He may have saved Weinert's pride a little bit. You see him rolling around on the floor surrounded by Raiders. I mean, I'm sure he was a little bit dazed and confused down there.
Seems like every time he gets the ball, there's at least 2 Raiders defenders who are right near him.
Oh, absolutely. He may have the height, but he doesn't necessarily have the speed. The Raiders players, they have the height and the speed, so they're able to get down there just in time to defend the ball, block the ball, whatever they need to do to keep Weinert from scoring.
So again, it'll be Southern ball here, coming out of the timeout. 1:52 to go. Toms River East up by 5. It's been pretty much a 5-point game here the whole way. I think the largest lead for the Raiders tonight was 7. That was when Southern called their first timeout to stop the surge. Drive inside by Weiner, tough one. Cook had him pretty well defended.
And Tim Cook and Cole Robbins have both come in. A little more of a defensive side for East right now.
Dorn picks up his dribble, flips it to Robbins. Gonna hand it off to Carlos Lingard, will set it up. Going with a too high look. A lot of college teams run that. West with it. 1:10 and running. East being very patient with the ball. Lingard driving, can't finish. Loose ball, and it's going to be Southern coming up with it. Working the ball around the outside now inside of a minute. He drives, blocked away. A lot of ball on that one, but a little bit of contact as well.
I mean, it was a very solid block. If only they weren't calling that on a penalty against West, it would have been even more beautiful. But
And fouls, that's where Southern, they've been getting all their points from. The majority of their points have been coming from fouls so far.
And guys, not only is Coach Dempsey getting a little heated up over there, if you look over at Raider Nation, they're getting a little testy over there in the crowd.
Yeah, Coach Sandberg's gonna have to restrain them in a little bit here. Number 32, Jake DuBois is at the line. He hit the first one. Can't connect on the second one, so it remains a 2-point Raider lead. West, nice spin move, falls down. Engelhardt is there. They're going to call a travel, though, before he got the pass off. East going to try to get some subs in. Saunders, Engelhardt, and Lingard, Phil Lingard coming out of the game. We're going to put Cook, Dorn, Carlos Lingard, Robbins, and West on the floor. Right into the middle. Too easy there for Southern. Into Weinert, who gets great post position and ties the game up at 30.
And that's the 6'6" advantage that he has on everybody else out there on the court.
All tied at 30, 20 seconds and running. Floater no good. Rebound by Weinert. Southern can hold for the last shot if they wish. Trying to take the lead. They haven't had the lead in a while. Working the ball around. Out of bounds, and it will stay with Southern. 2.4 on the clock. They're going to be inbounding the ball right in front of the East bench.
And they have one more shot, take the lead right before half.
Gotta watch for a 3-point shot. Wide open. DuBois, if he can hit it, can't connect. Your great look, just couldn't connect on the shot.
A little too far.
A little too far on that one, right, Eddie? And at the end of 2 quarters, as we go to halftime, we are all knotted up at 30. A game in which East was up by as many as 7, but Southern, as we got towards the half here, kind of drew it closer and eventually ended up tying it.
And it seemed as though as the quarter began, when East had their nice lead, their good cushion, the fans, they were affecting their mindset. Southern wasn't doing as well, but then it started to shift the other way, and Southern was starting to get the advantage on East, get in their heads, and that's why now you see the score, 30-30.
Definitely a back and forth game. And East, they've just been lacking with rebounds, defensive and offensive, and the fouls. That's the reason why Southern is tied with East. They've just been fouling them way too much times. And Southern, they're great at making foul shots, and that's evident with the score.
Well, yeah, and East has had a little bit of difficulty, especially towards the second half of that second quarter, trying to get any kind of offensive rhythm going. It was a lot of, one person here taking the ball baseline or, not using a screen or setting up an offense here. So we'll have to see what Coach Dempsey and the Raiders here come up with at the half. And we will see you in the second half. We're going to catch a breather. We'll see you in a little bit here. All knotted up at 30, so stick around. Hey, Chip, we ready? All right, folks, welcome back to the TR Schools TV Game of the Week presented by the TREA. Casey Kennerkowski, Joey Del Deo, Eddie Wolf. Getting right back to the action. Southern with the ball. All tied up at 30. Gonna get 3 seconds in the lane here. And, we were talking going into the break here about some of the keys that we mentioned earlier in the game. And what has East been able to do here which got them off to a big-time lead?
They've been playing really fast in the beginning in the paint, and they've been scoring all their points in the paint.
And then for Southern, really, it's the exact opposite, right? They've been living at the free throw line.
Well, absolutely. That's one thing they need to do if they want to break away from this tie. But the score may say that the score is 30-30 right now, but they haven't been able to get to the free throw line like they need to. I mean, one silver lining is they have been able to eliminate East killer three-point shooters Ryan West and Phil Lingat. Exactly, and that was one of the big things they had to do. Nice play, good rebound there by Kaiser, number 4. Working the ball around, three-point shot from the corner, long, rebound to West. Working the ball around, Engelhardt for 3.
East, they haven't had the three-point all game.
Air ball, and it starts the fast break there, finished on the other side by Jake DeBoy to give the Rams their first lead. East had to find something offensively.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic, Casey, because you see here, both of these teams, their offense have come alive in the third quarter.
Nice drive there by Engelhardt, going to get Weiner on a pretty cheap foul.
I will say, when we saw East going back in the locker rooms, they were not happy, and they were very just upset with themselves. And they want to win this game hard. They know that they're good, and they know that they can beat Southern. So they're really going to go out in this quarter, and they're going to make sure that they don't make the mistakes they did in the first half.
Well, Eddie, I know the 4-4 record for Southern, that may precede them, but the talent level for this team is equal up there with the Raiders, so I can see why they'd be a bit angry.
And you look at both these teams, they both like to play from ahead. I mean, who doesn't like to play from ahead? But both teams do really, really well in terms of record-wise from playing ahead. East has never lost here when they've led, and Southern 4-1 when leading at the half. But, again, tied up here, very evenly matched. Two teams predicted to be in the top 3 at Class A South as Engelhardt hits 1 of 2 to pull them back to within 1, and then he'll take a seat with 6:31 to go here, third quarter. Weiner bringing it across for the Rams. Trying to take Robbins, he pulls up and connects on a killer jumper. The ball around the outside, Robbins. Then Gatt brothers each touching it. And a quick foul there on DeBoy, number 0.
Now, a few things about East. One player that is on their starting rotation, but we haven't seen much, Pat Saunders, didn't get a lot of action. Instead, we've seen a lot of Cole Robbins. So I wonder if the coach made a last-second change on that. Never know.
A lot of Robbins, a lot of Cook. Very interesting to see how they figure out the lineups.
Don't forget Dorn. Dorn's had a good amount of time.
Dorn's had a pretty good game. Fast break, almost walked with it there. Knocking around, good rebound by West. Flips it out to Carlos Lingap. Gonna slow it up, corner to Saunders. Flips it back late there to West. He was thinking about it. East running their motion offense. West going in, up with the left hand. That was a tough take, and he finishes it off.
Ryan West using his big body right there to get up in through the Southern's defenders. Get 2 more points to go.
Almost lost the ball there. Now they do lose the ball. And again, your East defensive intensity kind of waned there towards the end of the first half, and they've brought it back here in the second half.
Oh, absolutely, Casey. That's something that they got to do to contribute. They got to keep this going for the rest of the game.
East is keeping the intensity. They're definitely keeping up the pressure of their defense, but they're not fouling so far, so that's good.
No, great take there, Eddie, by Saunders. Pat Saunders, number 15. Terrific take to the basket to give the Raiders back the lead. Weiner pulls up, no good. Rebound to Saunders. Trying to get it. Almost stolen away by Weiner. And Robbins with a shooter's roll. It looked like their number 32, Jake DuBois, tried to take a charge but flopped. To put it nicely.
He was looking for the call there, obviously didn't get one, and I'm sure he's not too happy about that.
Another bad pass by Southern. And I think they're going to get Carlos Lingat. He tried to reach out, and I think he grabbed the jersey.
You saw DuBois right there, sandwiched between the Lingat brothers. I mean, that's not a position I don't think anybody wants to be in.
No, 2 excellent players on Coach Dempsey's squad. You know, 2 guys who really come through the ranks here from the freshman to JV now into the varsity.
Definitely, I mean, they've grown around Dempsey's team. They've grown to be the stars of this team, and they're looking to continue that next year with Lingat being the senior.
And that one's going to go over to East. Looks like the guy stepped up out of bounds. Tell you what, East definitely gets their intensity from their coach. West, right in front of us, buries a 3, contested and all, it doesn't matter.
I said it earlier, I'll say it again, West is best.
There's our Daniluk line for the winter.
Oh yeah.
Drive, will they count the bucket? They are not going to count the bucket. Said it'll be an inbounds underneath. 3:57 to go, third quarter. Toms River East up 40-34 here on their home court. Looked like Weinert got tripped. 3-point shot, no good. Weinert inside position, just too easy there for him. Way too easy.
You know, something we're seeing, or should I say we're not seeing, is the defense that East had back in the second quarter. There's really none of it so far.
That time here, Lingat gets fouled by Valeriani. He'll go to the free throw line as we get the approval from Mr. Del Deo on the pronunciation there. Number 3 for the Rams. Lingat hits the first free throw. We'll have one more coming up. That was the first one. First foul on Valeriani.
You got it. You're getting there.
So we call night school. Second one good there by Lingat. East now back up by 6. As Jake DuBois taking it over, picks up his dribble. So we're working around, gets it back. Gonna get Engelhardt caught in midair, and they will count the basket. So Jake DuBois gonna have opportunity for a 3-point play.
And that's just what the Rams needed right now. The and one right here. They're gonna try to convert it and just get within 3 points of East right now.
West seeming under shock when that happened. He didn't expect the call to be made, but it was made.
Yeah, he just got him caught up there, and that's the third one on Bailey Engelhardt. So we got a couple key players for both teams here in foul trouble. Obviously, Engelhardt with 3. We know here that Weiner has 2 fouls.
You know, as good as those guys are, doesn't matter how good you are, you can't be fouling like that.
Definitely, Joey. Rebound to Southern. Weiner completely rejected there by Saunders, but they're going to get a foul. The only question is, who will it be on, Saunders or Robbins?
I think it was on Saunders.
Weiner going back to the free throw line. I guess the best thing in this third quarter is that he can hear them over his shoulder as opposed to seeing them right in front of him. Referring to the Raider Nation.
I mean, hearing them may not be any better, but as long as he doesn't have to see them in all of their outrageous costumes tonight, then I'm sure he'll be a little bit better out there.
First one good there by Weiner. He's got another one, which he does hit as well, to pull the Rams to within 2. 42-40 as we hit the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Nice ball handling job there by Carlos Lingap. Flips it to his brother. Brother going to drive through. Side steps. Can't finish though. Good rebound there by DuBois.
That is not something you usually see from Lingap in the paint.
Boy flips it over. Three-pointer for the lead. No good. Loose ball tracked down though by DuBois. Flips it over. Nice give and go there with Kaiser, but he can't finish. Rebound tracked down by DuBois. Up to Weiner. Weiner going to drive through the lane. No call on the contact, and Kaiser gets an easy putback to tie the game up at 42.
This is the rebounds I've been talking about before. Southern, they've just been getting too many rebounds. East, they need to get some of these defensive rebounds, or else Southern, they could just keep missing, but they'll eventually make one of them.
Absolutely. Then you foul them here after they get a rebound. They go back to the line. Lingap driving through. Hard take. Count the bucket and one.
We saw there was a lot of miscommunication between Lingap and his teammates, but he figured he'd just do it on his own, and he very good job there, busting through the Rams defense.
Yeah, Carlos Lingap, number 12. He is not the tallest guy in the world, but he's definitely got some great ball handling skills, and the court vision is awesome.
Like you said, he may not have the height, but definitely the older of the Lingap brothers, trying to pass on as much knowledge as he can to his quote-unquote little brother.
He just looks like a natural basketball player out there. He knows how to play the game, and he drills it on the court.
Can't get the free throw to go, so it'll remain a 2-point lead for the Raiders. They're playing some lockdown defense. They're going to get a 3-second call on Southern. Looked like number 25, Matt Marchand, stuck in the lane.
That's a call we've seen on Southern a few times now. Something they'll have to work out, either from timeout or somewhere else.
See, we got a lot of whistles. And the Southern coach out on the floor, obviously wanting to get an explanation. Raider Nation arguing for a technical foul. I think after what we saw last week between North and South here, that didn't come anywhere close to being as heated as we once saw this year.
Absolutely. You could have had a camera pointed at them for the rest of the night and it would have made a nice drama show, but they don't get the technical against Southern's coach there, and I'm sure Raider Nation's disappointed by that.
Coach Fierro sits down, and East with the ball now, up by 2, trying to extend their lead. West picks up his dribble. Gonna flip it to Saunders, who takes it, but it will be a foul on the floor first. East will inbound it right underneath the left hand basket, right in front of us. 1:39 to go, third quarter. First foul there on Matt Marchand, number 25. Got to be careful over here. Saunders with a pull-up. Can't finish, rebound to DuBois. DuBois running, trying to get nice pass in there to Marchand. And Marchand, tough finish, but he gets it to tie it up at 44.
You know, something interesting, both teams, you know, there doesn't, as I'm
Like
cut off
foul
there by ref, Mr. Stallworth.
Then by a couple buzzers.
Unnecessary buzzers.
Zaire Dorn does come in to replace Carlos Lingat.
And that's big here. Get him a little breather before the fourth quarter.
Dorn has been the backup for Lingat, Carlos Lingat, of course.
West fakes the give and goes. Can't finish. Weiner coming down with the rebound. Southern with a fast break, going up and under. Number 32, Jake DuBois, giving the Rams the lead back at 46-44. Now under a minute to go here. Raiders with the ball. West to try to take the lead back. In and out. So close. So close.
And guys, East needs to do something now to get even a 2-point lead, because when the fourth quarter comes, that's when their defense, that's when it falls apart. So they're gonna have to do something right now if they want to stay in
Weiner,
this.
no good. Long rebound. Tracked down. Dorn came up with it, but they're gonna call a jump ball. And the ball will go over to Times River East.
If you've been looking at the scoring through this game, you've been seeing that Southern would heat up, then they'd start to cool down, and East would heat up, and then they'd start to cool down, and would just keep going back and forth throughout this whole game. That's how it's been.
Yeah, definitely a game of trends here, and runs back and forth. Much different from the North-South game we did last week here, where North just kind of jumped out, and they kept putting the pedal to the metal all the way through the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Both sides showing they have strong offenses, strong defenses as well. And the score says it all. Tied up now.
Another flop there by Southern, as West takes it and ties it up at 46. Inside of 10 seconds to go. Trying to get a shot off. Deflected. Blocked again. If it goes, no good. Great play there by Pat Saunders. Sticking with the defensive play. And at the end of 3, we are still tied. This time at 46.
All I can say, guys, is what a game we have. Fourth quarter is going to be an interesting one.
This game will definitely just come down to the last minutes, and it'll just be who won't foul who, and who just will make their shots by now.
Yeah, the big deal for East in that third quarter is that we're looking up at the scoreboard. East, I think, Eddie, you would reference in the first quarter, 9-10 team fouls. They only have 14 fouls so far. The next Southern Regional foul, and East will be going to the free throw line for 1-1. So if that trend can continue and East can keep Southern off of the free throw line, probably the best thing for them.
One thing too, though, is which East guy will get to shoot, because East, while they are a good team, they're not the best team ever at the free throw line. So we'll see who gets it.
Well, yeah, and the other thing too is that you look at Southern down there, we know at the end of the game, pressure pack situation, we kind of know it's going to number 33. For East, we're not really sure on that one.
Oh, absolutely. You know, East, they have a medley of guys that they could turn to, but you know, when you have Weiner, when you have that big body guy, you're going to need him to come in clutch this quarter. And you look at the defense for Southern, they give up the most points in the fourth quarter, just like the Raiders. So it's going to be an interesting one to see.
Yeah, which defense continues to show up? As Southern's going to start our fourth quarter with the ball. Inbounding it to DuBois. Working the ball around. Again, both teams kind of running a little bit of a motion. Inside foul there on Saunders as he tried to push Weiner out of the lane, but ends up getting a quick foul.
And although it's a close game, and I know the quarter just started, you can't be giving up points like that at the free throw line, because that is where the Rams excel. Casey.
And Cole Robbins will be coming in to replace Pat Saunders. After that foul from Saunders, they wanted to take him out.
Yeah, 14 fouls. He's got to sip. Has to sip. Weiner going in. Good defense by Engelhardt, but even better shot. Carlos and Gat going to get the foul drawn on Jake DuBois.
You can tell he's getting a little pep talk there from little brother Phil. You know, you see the nice brotherly love, the connection out there on the court.
Yeah, very close team here, close-knit team for the Raiders. As a 1-on-1 opportunity here for Carlos Lingat. That's not good. That's a live ball. Real bad mistake there by Southern. And now his brother Phil's going to go back and try to get 2 shots now at the line. I got to tell you, I have not seen that in a real long time. A poor judgment, a lot of poor judgment there by Southern to not go after that ball. Not recognizing the situation, I guess.
That was very heads up by Carlos too, and that was when we were talking about earlier. He's a very smart player on the court, and that's one of the examples right there.
Now his brother Phil will be at the line here, 2 shots. First one is true.
And you can just hear the difference from when you hear which team goes to the line. You know, when Southern gets to the foul line, the crowd goes insane. It sounds like a library in here when the Raiders are at the line.
Second one also true to tie the game up at 48.
I guess using your inside voices, they help there.
Inside voices. 48-48. Just the game anybody could wish for. Back and forth. Let's see if Southern can answer. Inside, West was pushing Weinert from the back here. They had to call that one.
You know, Weinert already has 3 fouls. That's something they got to watch out for. They cannot lose him for the rest of this quarter.
Valeriani checking in, number 3 for Southern. Looks like Howard sitting down here, the junior. A lot of good minutes for them. Valeriani for 3, in and out. Rebound to East as they look to take the lead. Nice sidestep by Lingat, and he finishes at the rim. The Raiders are the first team to 50.
And there you see Phil coming in clutch like he has all game long.
Looks like Southern got a mismatch now. Robbins on Weinert, cutting across, and Weinert going to get a chance to surge the Rams back into the lead with a 3-point play. That was a tough one. It looked like Robbins was guarding him, and then he had to come off because of the penetration, and then the rotation was just a little bit slow by the Raiders.
That's something you can't really control much, Casey.
Just a real tough guy to defend here, because no matter who East has put on him, he's figured out a way to get the ball in the basket.
Well, regardless of who's covering them, he's still got a decent height advantage on all of them, so that's definitely a big factor.
51-50 Southern. West trying to drive, and he picked up his pivot foot. Probably the first mistake by West all night.
Yep, for traveling there.
Looked like Saunders was looking for a push-off, no call, and Weiner takes it straight to the basket. And Gatt trying to sidestep, nice floater in the lane to answer the bucket quickly.
Doesn't matter how many black jerseys you see surrounding Lingat, he finds a way to get the bucket in for the score.
Baseline drive, trying to kick it out, almost lost. Trying to go for a trap.
East seemed all of a sudden they're a changed team all of a sudden. Southern clicked, and the speed, it's picking up.
Yeah, speed picking up and defensive intensity. As that ball is going to go off of Southern Regional, and East will have it with under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Here's Carlos Lingat flipping it over to Saunders. Trying to get a cut by West. Saunders driving, flips it to West. And that time they're going to get Saunders on an offensive foul. And that's going to be a critical one because Pat Saunders is fouled out of the game here at the 5:46 mark.
And he may not have been the biggest factor tonight, but still that's a huge loss for the Raiders for the last 5:46 of this game.
We'll see a lot more Cole Robbins now as Pat Saunders, he's out of the game.
Yeah, Pat Saunders, not necessarily about, his scoring, because he has scored, but a tall body, a big body to be able to guard Weinert, and now you're down one.
He definitely just wasn't the best he could have been today. Seemed a little out of it. So Maybe Robbins, something will change.
5-second call. Sorry to cut you off there, Eddie, but a 5-second call.
Yeah, it's all good. But as I was saying, maybe Robbins, a little change of pace with Robbins. Maybe it'll work out with him instead.
Okay, Easter playing a lot of plug and play here offensively. Trying to get it inside. Lingat slipped, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in, and East now ahead by 1. Weiner gets away with a little bit of a push there on Robbins. Almost lost by Southern. Jake DuBois with it at the top. Gonna get a foul on Robbins. Robbins has to be careful, can't mouth off to an official. 1-on-1 opportunity for Weiner.
Dorn will now come into the game. And that's the first time that we've seen Carlos Lingat and Dorn both on at the same time. Because the only time you've seen Dorn come in is when Carlos Lingat was on the bench.
Right, he's usually subbing for him or something. So Weiner at the free throw line, 1-on-1. Can't hit it, good rebound by Engelhardt. Just the third missed free throw by Weiner all night. East holding a very tentative 1-point lead. And Gat flipping it to his brother.
You got to believe they're finding as many ways as they can to give it to number 14.
Driving it. And Gat going to get a foul. And they're going to call it on the floor, or is it going to be shooting? Let's see. Nine team fouls on both teams.
East is now in the lead again, 54-53. Back and forth.
Yeah, 1-on-1 opportunity now for Phil Lingat, 5:08 to go. True on the first one. That was the second foul on Valeriani. And Gat's second free throw is true as well. So now 56-53, Toms River East. Weiner pulling up, no good. Good clean board there by West.
And this solid defense this quarter, it needs to keep going. They still have 5 minutes left if they want to run away with this win.
Engelhardt on Weiner. Gonna be a foul. It's gonna be a big one. It's a block on Weiner, and that's his fourth.
If Weiner, he can't do that, that's really going to hurt the team right now.
We saw that right in front of us, and I don't know about you guys, but I'd have to agree with the official. Here he hit him from the side. Did not hit him straight on, and he did not lower his shoulder. That's why he's going on the line.
I mean, you got to believe that is the absolute last thing that the Rams want right now is to lose Weiner for the rest of this game.
Oh, definitely here. Because now you're with your fourth foul, almost the way Saunders was, part of your arsenal is gone because you're worried about picking up that fifth foul. As Engelhardt converts on both free throws, and now the Raiders are up by 5. Weiner quickly up the floor, flips it up and in to cut the lead back to 3.
I will say if Weiner does foul out, that'll really cripple Southern right now. So he is their key star.
Yeah, trying to figure out who's that next guy up them. You know, is it DuBois? Is it Kaiser? 3-pointer by West. Big shot, big moment, and he drilled it.
That is definitely something they're used to seeing here at East.
Weinert answering the other way to kind of take the balloon of the momentum and burst it.
For now, Casey, for now. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out.
Fourth foul on Engelhardt, big one. Weiner at the line, he converts. And now a full timeout there by Southern Regional. They have 2 timeouts left in the game. At the 4:12 mark, Toms River East 61, Southern Regional 58. And I guess the storyline as we set this up here to go into the home stretch the last 4 minutes is that both teams have foul trouble. Both teams have some experienced outside shooters, a couple superstars. And really what it comes down to in this close game is which team's stars come out to play.
This game really, it's turning into who fouls out first. And if Weiner fouls out, that's big. If Engelhardt fouls out, that's also big. So two really big players that both would affect the team massively. So we just have to wait and find out what happens.
Yeah, that would just be a killer here if Weiner fouled out.
Definitely for both teams right now, this is the biggest moment of the game. Both teams need to come in clutch. It's still a lot of time left, and it's just a 3-point game. But right now, East is in a good position to run away with this one.
Yeah, East for the last couple of possessions offensively, they've been able to find something. You know, a nice fluid movement through their motion offense. Let's see if they can keep that up here these last 4 minutes.
One final thing they may need to run away with this one is losing Weiner if he fouls out, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
You can almost guess here that East is going to go right to him. Whoever's guarding him is going to get the ball. See what they set up. Tried to get West open. That one's off. Rebound to Weiner. Came across. And Gat giving him a lot of pressure. Almost trying to bait him into pushing off. Maybe get a cheap offensive foul in the backcourt.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was their motive, Casey.
Kaiser with the ball guarded by West pretty tightly. Inside foul. And that might be number 5. We're going to have to see. The coaches or the officials will converse to see who it's on. And it looks like it's going to go against East.
That fooled everybody, especially the people for East. They thought that it was going to be on Southern.
Yeah, by the reaction, it looked like it was going to be on Southern, Eddie. And the third foul instead on Phil Lingat as Weiner hits the first free throw.
Now, with all the fouls, one thing I have noticed throughout this game is the Lingats, they haven't made much fouls. So, really, those are the two kids that haven't done that a lot. That's pretty impressive for being the two big playmakers on the team and no fouls.
Oh yeah, for as much as they play and for how many times they drive in, definitely very impressive. 1-point game. Nice little floater there by Bailey Engelhardt. 63-60 Toms River East. Lost it. Engelhardt tracks it down. Great play. Driving in Dorn. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Southern.
And you got to believe he's taking his time now, going at his own tempo, trying to take this lead back.
Weiner controlling the ball with 3 minutes to go in the game, down by 3. The boy with it down there. They're going to go with a 3-2 zone. Look at this. A little bit of a different look coming from the Raiders. Southern trying to set it up. The boy driving, he gets trapped down there. We're going to get a quick timeout by Southern Regional. They only have one left.
And right before the timeout, guys, I wouldn't be able to tell you who's more heated up, the players or perhaps Coach Jim Dempsey over there on the Raider bench.
Well, you know what, Coach Dempsey, he's been a long-time assistant here. He's coached other sports as well. Obviously was defensive coordinator for football for a few years. He's a guy who puts in a lot of time, a lot of effort down here. Practice has to be very crisp, right? They go over a lot of these things. They practice the situations. And it's this time in the game here where all of that practice now, you have to implement it into a game. And East definitely for years now has always been in a pretty good spot at transferring what they learn in practice to the game.
Well, absolutely. This is the time when that fiery mentality of Coach Dempsey, he needs to just exude that onto the rest of his team because they need that right now. 2:40 left on the clock.
Southern going to inbound the ball underneath the basket. It's going to be Weiner as the inbounder, guarded by Engelhardt, that wide wingspan.
Seems as though Dempsey may have had a bit of a problem out there with Bruce Stallworth, the ref.
Well, just a clarification, friendly conversation, that's all.
Friendly, yeah, definitely friendly.
Spin move by Weiner, can't get it to go. Tapped out, they're going to say inside hand was off of the Raiders, and it will stay with Southern.
That definitely hurt East. That was tough for them.
Oh yeah, anytime you get Weiner to shoot the ball and then not be able to get the rebound, you want to take advantage of that. Screen, three-point shot. No good. Rebound, skying, blocked away by Lingat. West comes up with the ball, and a backcourt foul there by Clayton, number 21. Going to send Lingat back to the free throw line.
And once again, the entire gymnasium is alive right now. It is electric in here, guys.
Raider Nation definitely loves Phil Lingat. They even have their own sign for him.
I think, like you said earlier, though, Joey, it's going to go dead quiet in about 2 seconds. First one rattles in. 64-60.
The suspense was definitely up on that one, bouncing around the rim.
It's actually kind of impressive, guys, how they can just go from being so electric and yelling to being the only noise you hear is our voice and the dribbling of the ball. It's kind of funny.
Second one true as well. Raiders up by 5 at the 2:20 mark. Right in that full court pressure. Stolen away by Dorn. Dorn going through, left hand, might have rushed it a bit. Weiner taking it back the other way. Picks up his dribble. Loose ball, tracked down by Lingat. Inside of 2 minutes. Flips it to West. If he hits it, they're going to go crazy. No good jump ball. And it will stay with the Raiders.
And you can tell, guys, the attitude for the Raiders players from halftime when they went into the locker room upset, distraught, to now bursting with excitement. Now that they know that they have the chance of running away and getting the W for tonight, you can tell the atmosphere in here is just drastically changed.
Everything just seems to be going the Raiders' way all of a sudden.
Great play by Lingat. Exactly what you were talking about, Eddie. The loose ball. Both teams had an opportunity at it, and Lingat picks it up, puts it in. Weiner going up. Might have gotten away with a little bit of an elbow there against West, but he gets the basket to go to cut the deficit to 5.
And you know East may have the lead right now, but they got to remember to play defense. They didn't do that right there.
Quick foul from behind there on Sean Clayton, number 21. Will send Dorn to the free throw line. The lefty with an opportunity to try to put the game a little bit closer to being on ice.
A lot on the line for the sophomore right now, and Raiders himself. I bet when Dorn came here, he didn't expect to be in this situation right now.
Just him and the ball right now, just him and the ball. That one's short.
He's a bit short there, guys. It's not something they need right now. They want to keep cushioning this 5-point lead that they have.
Well, that's something that we see, especially at the end of games here. They've been going up and down the floor whole game here. Your legs just start to give way.
It definitely shows a lot, though, for a sophomore to get put in this high-level varsity situation.
As he hits the second one. Definitely hard here, but good to see that he's playing very well. Weiner loses it. Then Gatt tried to track it down. The boy with it. Corner 3. He hits it. There's Sean Clayton, the senior, coming up with a big-time shot for the Rams to cut the deficit back to 3. And a nice hustle play there by number 3, Justin Valeriani.
And it's a nice job by Valeriani after that play, falling onto the Raiders bench, onto the Gatorade bottles. Good job by him to pick up.
1 minute to go. Almost an offensive foul. That's a definite one. That's got to be an offensive foul.
All night I said that the intensity of this game, it's a hard-fought one, it's a gritty one, but right there, Weiner, that was just, I don't even have words for that, guys.
Raider Nation, everybody, not even Raider Nation.
sound says it all. You don't even have to say anything. First one good by Weiner. I don't know about you, but he got away with one, and then that second one in the lane clearly had the shoulder down. Defender was set. The official saw it differently, though.
And, you know, I'd like to be able to say I heard what you said a moment ago, but, you know, the sound, the boos from the crowd just filled the air, and I can relate to that. I understand why they didn't like that call, obviously.
Big key right now, and I believe Southern was the one on that timeout. If it was Southern who called that last timeout, we didn't see here because of the view here being obscured, but if that is, that's their last timeout. They don't have any timeouts left here, so in case there's a loose ball situation, again, the possession arrow points towards Southern, but if somebody gets in a jam here, they're going to have to hope for a jump ball.
And, you know, we may still have a little bit of time left, just under a minute, but, you know, Weiner right here with a chance to make it a one-point game.
Weiner hits it. 68-67 in favor of the Raiders as they inbound the ball.
And you better believe they're going to try to take it up as much time as they can, chew up as much clock as they can.
West with a spin, puts it up, and connects.
West is best.
West is best, Eddie. West is best. 70-67. Favor of the Raiders. Inside of 40 to go. I think everybody in this gym knows where the ball's going. Number 33. Trying to single out Engelhardt. He drives with the right hand, makes a little contact. No call, but he gets the bucket. 20 seconds to go. They got a foul. Carlos Lingat with it. He's going to get a quick foul on number 32, Jake DuBois. And Carlos will go back to the line with 15 seconds to go.
And just like that, it seemed like the mentality may have started to shift towards Southern a little bit there. But, you know, with just 15 seconds left, they had the foul out there. And just as I got to look over there at Weinert's face, just the sheer disappointment knowing they were so close in this one, that it doesn't look like they're going to come away with the win tonight.
Well, we still got a little bit of time. 15 seconds, a lot of time. Carlos Lingat, 2 shots. 1 point lead. Going to stay a 1 point lead, at least for the moment.
That was a very tough miss for Carlos right now. That would really help East if he made that, and this one will also help East a lot.
That one's no good. Rebound to Weinert. They've got 10 seconds left and an opportunity to win the game. Here it is, folks. Inside, they get a bump with 7.5 seconds to go. And Weinert will return to the friendly confines of the free throw line with an opportunity to put the Rams ahead.
And I may have spoken too soon. This is definitely the type of game that everybody came here to see. This is what we're all here for. Games like this, moments like this.
East will sub out. Well, actually, they have to sub out Engelhardt. That was his 5th foul. They will put in a 3-point specialist, number 10, Ryan Allender, and then call timeout.
And you see the team's records coming into this game. One team 5-1, the other 4-4. It may not seem like the marquee matchup we're all expecting, but wow, 70-69 with 7.5 seconds left. You can't ask for anything better than this, guys.
No, you definitely can't ask for anything better than this. We got to run through the scenarios real quick. So 2 free throws. If he hits both, Southern has a 1 point lead, 7.5 seconds to go. Do you call timeout if you're Jim Dempsey? You're down by 1, do you call timeout?
No.
No, you just let him play through.
Let him play through. I know it might be tough, but I feel like even without the timeout, Weiner will just make the next one.
I have to agree with Eddie. I don't think you call a timeout at first. I think what you try to do, get the ball in number 14's hands, Phil Lingat. Seems like he's come up clutch all night. He'll need to be their saving grace here with less than 10 seconds left.
Let's let Raider Nation take it away, folks.
There we go, yeah. Weiner and the crowd. First one is true to tie it up at 70. He's got one more. Second one is true as well. 71-70 Southern. East trying to get the ball down quickly. Lingat to his brother. Puts it up. No good. Time expires. And Southern Regional comes back to knock off Toms River East 71-70.
I'd like to be able to have a comeback with that, but I just have no words. This game, right to the last second, was a heartbreaker for East, a nail-biter for both sides. And hey, it was a hard-fought game by both teams. Both got to give them credit where they deserve, and both of them got to go into their next games looking for another win.
That was a major heartbreaker for East and a glory story for Southern, and that's tough for East. And they're just gonna have to look, and they didn't play the worst, but could have been a little better.
Yeah, and again, it's not the end of the world for East. It might feel like it right now, but you know, they got to get prepared. They're just starting A South play. They're going to have to go down and travel to Lacey, and then next week playing Toms River South, another rival. So, you know, they have to kind of put this in their rearview mirror and just keep grinding.
You have to think about it. 5-2. I mean, obviously they want to come out here with the win. It was a hard-fought game, but you know, they got to go out. They played a phenomenal game. Both sides did. I wouldn't even like to say that they lost. 'Cause I'd like to say that both teams won, but sadly, as the scoreboard says, the Raiders get their second L of the season.
Yep, absolutely. You're the Raiders falling to 5-2, 3-1 in Class A South. Southern improving to 5-4 overall, 2-2 in A South. So now they're kind of holding down that middle there with Jackson and Toms River South. These two teams will meet again February 4th down at Southern Regional, which should be another street fight, just the way it was here. Next week here on TR Schools TV, Game of the Week here, we return to the east side of town here for an all Toms River boys basketball clash between Jim Dempsey's Raiders and Kurt DiFilippo's Indians. If it's anything like our first rivalry game, it should be filled with intensity and momentum and a lot of speed.
I gotta say, I am very excited for that game. The Indians, the Raiders. It's gonna be a good matchup, guys. I'm excited to do that with you.
So, one other thing I want to say is that Weinert, he stole the show tonight, and he definitely should get the game ball from the coach. He did a great job, and he carried Southern, and it's hard to do that.
Definitely carried him, showing why he is one of the top scorers at the Shore. Again, here tonight's final score: Southern Regional 71, Toms River East 70. For our producer Chip Phillips, Joey Del Deo, Eddie Wolf, and our entire crew here at TR Schools TV, I'm Casey Kenderkowski. Thank you for watching another exciting edition of the TR Schools TV Game of the Week, presented by the TREA. Good night, folks.